Title: Cursed Canvas. In the heart of the quaint town of Ravensbrook, an eerie atmosphere hung heavy like a shroud, casting its unsettling spell on all who dared to venture near. The townspeople spoke of an old, dilapidated mansion at the outskirts of town, known as the Wraithwood House. Locals whispered in hushed tones about the malevolent history that clung to the mansion like a curse, and the ghastly paintings that adorned its walls. The tale began decades ago, when the enigmatic artist Victor Wraithwood moved to Ravensbrook. Possessed by a morbid fascination with death, he created macabre masterpieces that seemed to transcend the boundaries between life and the afterlife. Each painting was a twisted snapshot of suffering and torment, capturing the souls of the damned in vivid detail. It was said that Victor's obsession with capturing death on canvas had summoned an ancient and malevolent force that twisted his mind and tainted his art. As years passed, the Wraithwood House became a place of terror and foreboding. Strangers who wandered near the mansion at night reported hearing blood-curdling screams that seemed to pierce through the very fabric of reality. Those unfortunate enough to glimpse the paintings claimed they saw the tortured souls depicted within stir, their eyes following every movement with a sinister hunger. One fateful evening, a group of daring teenagers decided to test their courage by venturing into the Wraithwood House. Sarah, the adventurous ringleader, led her friends through the creaking halls, their flashlights casting eerie shadows on the decaying walls. The air was thick with an oppressive unease as they reached the main gallery, where the cursed paintings hung in a grotesque display. The paintings seemed to pulse with a malevolent energy, their grotesque subjects appearing almost alive. As the teenagers stared in horror, a chilling wind swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic set in as they fumbled in the darkness, their breath quickening as they felt an unseen presence closing in around them. Suddenly a voice echoed through the darkness, chilling them to their core. "Welcome to my gallery," it hissed, a spectral figure materializing before them. It was Victor Wraithwood himself, his features twisted in a grotesque smile. His eyes glowed with an otherworldly light as he gestured toward the paintings. "You shall join my collection," he intoned, his voice a haunting melody of madness and malice. With a sweeping gesture, he unleashed the trapped souls from the paintings, each twisted and contorted figure emerging with a hunger for the living. The teenagers screamed as they were surrounded by the spectral forms, their ethereal fingers reaching out to grasp at their flesh. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest as she realized the true horror of the Wraithwood House. It was a nexus of suffering, a place where the souls of the damned sought to claim the living for their own. Desperation fueled their flight through the mansion, the relentless spirits pursuing them with a relentless determination. Sarah and her friends stumbled into the grand ballroom, their breaths ragged and their minds teetering on the brink of insanity. In a last-ditch effort, Sarah's trembling voice called out a desperate plea for salvation. In an instant, the room seemed to shudder, and a blinding light filled the space. The malevolent spirits were ripped from the earthly realm, their anguished wails fading into nothingness. Standing before them was an old woman, her presence radiating with a palpable sense of power. "I'm Agatha, guardian of the realms," she explained. "The curse that bound these spirits has been broken, but the taint remains. The Wraithwood House must be cleansed, its darkness banished." Agatha guided the teens through a ritual that involved facing their deepest fears and confronting the residual malevolence within the mansion. As the ritual concluded, the Wraithwood House seemed to tremble and groan, its malevolent influence dissipating like a dissipating fog. The sun rose over Ravensbrook, casting its warm light upon the once dreaded mansion. The town slowly began to heal from the years of darkness that had plagued it. Sarah and her friends bore the scars of their harrowing ordeal, but they knew they had triumphed over the sinister forces that had threatened to consume them. And so the tale of the cursed canvas came to an end, a cautionary reminder of the dangers of obsession and the power of courage and unity in the face of unspeakable horror. The Wraithwood House, once a haven of suffering, now stood as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the triumph of light over darkness.